Well, we are back once again on your favorite show here on Sammy Flex TV. Remember, this is called Showbiz Daily. And I know some people might be wondering why lately Showbiz Daily has always been delivered late. It is because we want to change the steez, and sometimes the steez will increase the time steez. But we'll be fine. Very soon, you guys will be getting it on time when it happens like this. I know our American folks, yeah, they enjoy it because at that time they've closed from work and they are now settling at home, and it is like that. It will be fine. My name is Sammy Flex. Welcome. In the studio, Roland Amate is seated from Shatta Movement Empire Roland Report on YouTube and RolandReport.com. Team Dodo Solomon is at the extreme end. He's also from Intidosu Digital Solutions to take care of your online streaming platforms, and also he doubles as the online manager here at Sammy Flex TV, just so you know. Let me say thanks to Bujulais as well as man like Theophilus Digosh putting the content together for everybody to enjoy the goodness we have here on Sammy Flex TV. You guys love Showbiz Daily, everything. Send your time show now still. Or more Philly show, no, it means it is that thing. Yeah. And now showing social tasting. Now tasting. And right, if you bear one here, tasting, who tastes nothing. Ubofu, but a favorite time she will quit. Not trouble.
On your radio now, the editor, they all planning more.
The setup, they said,
yeah, can be them
dead. Now, Bisa Kdei is talking, and I want Chemo to start this conversation with me because he is freshly married here. Yeah. In fact, here in the office of Sammy Flex TV, the one who is freshly married is Chemo. And because Bisa Kdei is talking about marriage, I want to start this with Chemo. Bisa Kdei is saying that to him, there is a reason he does not want his wife to be known, or there is a reason he kept his marriage coded under wraps. And this is his reason. He says that I kept my marriage secret to protect my wife from social media. That is what Bisa Kdei is saying. And when I saw this story, I was asking myself, really? So is he sure he's done it? Like to protect from social, like who can protect from social media? How? Is it because everything is okay, so now nobody is probing oil? He thinks nobody knows any information. What does he mean by protecting the marriage from social media, therefore keeping the wife away from there? And is there even anything like that? Is there anything like that? What are some of the implications? These and many more are the questions that I want us to throw to ourselves, including you, in the first topic. Chabo,
yeah,
keeping him from social media, what does it mean?
Well, I wonder what it means. I mean, I'm in the same soup with you when it comes to what it means to say that I'm preventing my wife from social media. I have no clue what he's trying to say, but I can say that he maybe he's lucky to get a woman or a wife who may not be a social media person. I think that's where the lack is. Not really preventing her from social media or preventing her from getting in touch with social media people. But we have individuals who will say that I don't think it will be sane for me to be on social media, so they will rather stay away. And I can guess that Bisa Kdei's wife may be one of those people. That's why she has that luxury. He has that luxury to say that he's preventing her from social media. I mean, it's good. Sometimes they may not be like they want to stay away, but you can also convince them to stay away.
Okay.
Because you know that, some of them, it will affect them so much that they may not be able to hold it. Yes, and I can use my wife as an example. I think she's getting it now. I mean, gradually, I think she will get there. But the way sometimes she's worried about what even people write about. No.
Yeah. The
comments. In fact, when she sees the way people say certain things about even Sammy Flex, come and see. I have to. No, not comedy. So I warn her, or sometimes I talk to her and say that don't go there. I mean for now, but let me warn you, this is what is there. So you will see more. And it will not only be Sammy Flex, me cry me so me it will me kakra, you know. Don't go and watch it and then you'll be worried for the rest of the day or for some time before you get back to normal. So you have to conscientize them, and I think maybe let's also give Bisa Kdei some credit. Maybe he has done a good job by conscientizing her wife that this is what is going on, and even if you want to come there, just be ready before you come. And the person may say that, okay, then I don't even want to come there. That's the thing. So for her, I think it is more on the wife than what Bisa Kdei has done.
Okay.
So for me, I think the best way for him to put it will be that he has a wife who appreciates the danger of social media, and she has decided to stay back or take advice that you have given her. That's what I can say. But to prevent her from seeing social media there, the friends cry the best send them. Without her going there.
Yeah.
Her friends will obviously sometimes push something that people will say about her husband to her.
And the funny thing is, it's not as if the person is not there at all. I'm sure the person is there reading
everything. Exactly. So if you get somebody who knows how social media operates and understand that, okay, this is it. I remember Shatta Wale shared the same issue about his wife.
Yeah.
He said that from the beginning, his wife wasn't like ready to take it. Like every comment that she sees, she will call Shatta Wale and complain. Like, why is this guy saying this about you? Why is this guy saying that about you? But with time, then the wife understood that, okay, this is how they do their things there. So I just have to take it like that. So I think, some people grow out of it after seeing it many times. They will grow out of it, and some people can't. So for them, they just stay away. So if you get somebody who can't and who is ready to stay away, good for you. And I think maybe Bisa Kdei has that kind of wife. That's why.
But is this also an assurance that tomorrow, should something go otherwise, he's immune from social media backlash, and that people will not know what he has been doing on social media? Is that what it means?
That's the danger of him saying that I'm preventing my wife, instead of appreciating even so far, like something like so far so good. Like I said, in my case, I am always telling her what is happening there, and the danger of you coming in contact with such things. You may not be able to hold it, but you will still find it. So be ready for something like that. So me, I'll not come out and say that I've prevented my wife or I've educated her so much that nothing can affect her when she sees things on social media. No, because even humans can change. Before you know, somebody somewhere is also influencing her in another way. One day, like you are saying, she will explode and it will be something else. So I think it's good for Bisa Kdei to have such a wife. But I will caution him not to be so confident about the current situation now, because things can change. So you just have to be careful, and whatever that you are doing that is working, keep on doing it. Maybe you can also get somebody like that and you will not have any issue.
Well, we wish Bisa Kdei well. As a matter of fact, I met him in London during medical show, and we discussed some of these issues. He talked about the fact that one thing he wants to do well is to keep his marital life out of the public space, and I think so far so good. My only question is the fact that does it mean he's immune, or it is because all is well for now? That is why it is what it is. And again, is someone in that space who can say nobody has any information about me like this or like that? We still would be wishing him well, and his case might be a case study one day. For instance, I know some people in the space whose marital wife, their family, marital life, their families, you don't have any clue about it. And let me mention one person, George Quay.
Yeah.
Nothing about his family life.
Yeah.
Nothing, like nothing, absolutely nothing.
Let me share this one. This Sammy Demfi, he suffered serious propaganda or a video of him and his wife like going viral not long ago when they went to, I think they were in Florida or somewhere in US. But the video didn't come from the wife or Sammy Demfi. It came from a third party, the wife's friend. The wife's friend saw it, and then it's everywhere. So you see, sometimes that's the thing. So that's why it will not be so okay for you to say that I'm preventing my wife from anything about my wife coming online, because a third party can also leak it. Your wife's friend, your wife's sibling or family member, it can come from anywhere. So you just have to prepare for that day, or prepare that it will not happen, or even if it happens, the things that you are going to do. Because Sammy Demfi's own is a test case. I mean,
he did not put it out.
No, and the wife also did not put it out. It's like talking to a friend and say that, oh, we went to this place and look at our picture and our video, and then before they realize it's everywhere, just like that.
Well, so we are still wishing him well, and I want to actually commend some people. I think so far they have succeeded in doing that. I know that Samuel Bedu is one of such people. He, apart from some years ago attending his party, apart from that online, no, he's far away, like you can't. And some few other people. Let's see how they play it out. True. Are you going to learn from this too, so that one day you shield your wife from coming online?
For me, landlady
from coming online. You should landlady from coming online.
On the whole say
landlady Jiramu. Okay, let's go.
No, you see, for me, I will commend Bisa Kdei for adding another career to his music career.
What is that career?
Yeah, the career of you shielding your partner from social media stuff. It is a whole career on it. If you don't know, ask Nadia Boy.
Okay, yeah.
If you don't know, ask Nadia Boy. She's also a typical example, and it's always there's always a situation where you are always looking over your shoulders. There's always a situation where you are always careful wherever you go or whatever you do, and that is one difficult situation, of which if you would want to go that tangent, be prepared that this is the cross you have to carry. That is the cross available for you to carry. True. Whenever you are out, you can with the person, you can't do anything freely without making sure you are like properly protected or something. And in that sense, who would want to succumb themselves to such torture, quote and unquote? Because some people will see it as a torture and say, I own my life. I want to, why? Me going to eat with my wife to that one to, I was before I can go and eat with my league. And you say, me we are obi amatisika no, like how? You understand? And there's such credibility to say.
I know, right?
and in that sense, you would, some people, it is the reason why some people will go like, Charlie, forget, whatever would come would definitely come, whether, no matter how hard you try to protect the person. Mostly these situations happen when the spouse involved is also not a social media freak.
Yes.
And even that oneself, it doesn't mean you guys or you are immune to the backlash or when something happens. The moment there's a scandal, forget. Why? Unless the person is a ghost. Unless the person doesn't exist. The moment, as far as the person exists, the person has a friend. The person has a sibling. The person has time. Your friend is my friend, and that friend is a friend to another friend. Oh, one picture can just would catch fire, and it may not come from you. It may not come from even your closest like pal. Realize and then now trendy rough.
True.
And you may have no idea about it. So yes, the celebrities who sometimes hide their even secret relationships that some of these bloggers find out to come and post. How do they get that information? Some third party be or no you be downfall. Let's look at how some of these scandals that hit some of these are celebrities. When the bloggers or the people who give those exclusive, when they are reporting, let's look at the source they pick it from. Oh, my source tells me that a source closer to the couple.
Yes.
There's always a source closer to the couple. And that source, no be come na down for be the best man be no catch be. And before you realize the information is out. So me, right now, we can commend him and applaud him because of two things. The first one has to do with the fact that he's lucky to have gotten somebody who is not so much of a social media freak. The thing is that we live our lives on social media. Everybody, unless the person is not successful or the person is not engaged in any form of business. Any form of business now, even if the person is not in even active social media business, even your WhatsApp self is another form of social media. And people post stuff on their WhatsApp statuses every day.
Yeah, sometimes others even pick from them.
Yes. Yeah. So you in that sense, even if the person is not a social media freak, the Bisa Kdei, we will commend him because he's been able to get somebody that is not a social media freak. One. And secondly, because at this moment, nothing has happened yet. There's no scandal. So we can commend him for keeping a good posture that is not bringing a scandal. Because the moment the scandal hits, and mostly it comes from the people who are in the limelight. And then whoever is behind you or which people are connected to you, because maybe you are immune. And when they come, they may not be able to hurt you or get through to you. But they know when they touch that person, you will react.
Yeah.
That is how they would come for you. So sometimes it happens like that. So me, I'll just commend him and say, Charlie, big ups. You have somebody who is probably not a social media freak. Because somebody like Nadia Buhari's spouse like this, whether he exists or not, or whether he is there or not, you can clearly see the person is not a social media freak like that. Because Obianka, you try pictures will elevate him. Yeah, and you definitely see some of these things there. But some people, because they are not social media freaks, are able to distance themselves from the celebrities' lifestyle and stuff. And it works well for them. But the moment scandal hits there, trust you me, baby, I wish it be me say, yeah, there was sauce. Osunsum kekepo, you bet me the match osunsum.
Interesting times indeed coming up. And once again, to all those who have decided to keep their marital and family issues from social media, we pray that it continues like that. Just that I know some people too who, in the name of keeping it from social media, that stress alone, the way it is killing them.
Charlie.
Because they will be there, Stone Boy and his wife, will be doing it.
Are you a celebrity more than Stone Boy?
So yeah, I know it comes with a whole lot of pressure, but it's decision. However you want to keep yours, keep it like that. And like I keep saying, we wish you well. Now, yesterday we started a story about a video Shatta Wale did online whilst he was live, talking about the fact that contemporarily there is no Ghanaian artist that can be compared to him when it comes to hit songs. And that particular issue started gradually online, especially on Twitter, and it became a big issue. As of the time people were discussing it, Shatta Wale was observing, and he's not happy about something. What he's not happy about is the fact that people are now turning the conversation, making it look like Shatta Wale, is comparing himself to someone like Daddy Lumba. And he is not a happy person with that particular issue. I've had conversations with him personally, and he thinks some of these things, people do it to create some unnecessary tension elsewhere. And when you go on Twitter, tweet after tweet, man is the registering his displeasure about that particular tag that Shatta Wale says he is comparing himself to Daddy Lumba when it comes to hate song. Now, let me read some of his tweets so we can take it from there. He says, 4 hours ago, he said, Daddy Lumba, I'm sorry for these stupid things some Ghanaians are doing to you. I'm very sorry, Godfather. Leave them to karma. I'm sure that's what you wanted to say. Leave them to karma. Now, another one, some 18 hours ago, he says, no wonder politicians, they chop your money. What is important, the Ghanaians won't discuss that. Only personal matters and foolish topics in Kwan. Foolish people, they Ghana power. Check the comments with foolish people typing foolishly to Mwaba. Another one, some 19 hours, he says, why don't you compare me to your so-called decorated sack and stone? You know it will be a disgrace to them as you chose this path to create more haters for me, right? Time go tell, man go learn. God is watching you all. Some 19 hours, he says, this is what my oppositions will do to just tarnish my image in public. They want to compare me and Lumba so that the oldies will hate me and say I don't respect. Thank you, Mr. Hater. And this one says, no wonder Stoneboy wants to compare himself to Bandana and Batman. Foolish country. And this one says, it is very disrespectful to compare me to the legendary Lumba. Everyone should stop that because the man in question paved way for your favorites and me myself. And that is what Shatta Wale is not happy about when online people started discussing this. So when you go onto Twitter, he has been sending information back to back like that. Ro, how do we deal with this? You have also been reading it and the argument, how people are running the argument and how Shatta is feeling. How do we deal with this? And again, the big question, is this comparison likely to create some animosity elsewhere? Maybe for Lumba himself or favorite of Lumba or some people who believe in the older generation of musicians.
Of course.
Is this likely to create some animosity?
It does. It really does. Because,
really?
Yeah, it really do. Because you see, sometimes I saw a post this afternoon by NYB asking that, like, who was saying, hey, why do some people have problems with, like, with the fact that when people want to compare one artist to the other, let's say, what is wrong in even comparing Shatta Wale to that Lumba? Like, what is wrong? And I'm like, no, there is nothing wrong. In fact, these people are musicians, and at any point in time, looking at the situation, you would want to, or you may want to compare one artist to the other. There is nothing wrong. Okay. But you see, Shatta would come out and register his displeasure because of the tangent that some people are likely to take this. And here, he knows himself and he knows the kind of perception or certain things people can create about him.
Okay.
And in that sense, he would want to, first of all, distance himself from it so that should anybody even try to sell out a certain information about this same situation, whenever anybody would want to verify, they would know that, oh, even Shatta Wale did not endorse it, because they say silence sometimes means consent.
Yeah.
And you see, in our dispensation, sometimes people as fanatics or people close to some of these celebrities go at each other, and the people involved or the top people involved seems to keep quiet. And sometimes you wonder if they don't see it or they even endorse that kind of disrespect.
Yeah.
The tangent which the whole conversation started and how people took it is what will take Shatta Wale, like, is what will take his interest of this particular conversation. Because what he said and how the thing was turned are two different things.
Yeah.
So in that sense, he wouldn't want any situation where people would want to use this as a reference point to disrespect the people involved.
Yeah.
Because already now people have already deviated from the subject matter. And the more they deviate, the more it turns to some form of disrespect.
Yeah.
We all know in this country, people can't compare, like, they can't compare in peace. Most people cannot compare without disrespecting others.
Yeah.
And some people cannot also praise their favorites without using it to disrespect others. It is the reason why some people would say, oh, these fan bases are like a cancer to the industry, or they are bad. It is not because they are bad. It always starts from somewhere. Some people, in their quest to celebrate whoever their favorite is, use it indirectly or sometimes directly to insult others. And in that sense, nobody would sit down and feel cool about it.
True.
So me, I totally agree with Shatta when he comes out to say, okay, it's okay. You guys have deviated from the subject matter. That's why he was asking, so why are you not comparing me to your favorites like the Sack, the Stone, and whoever you are following? Because those are the people that he's actually referring to.
Yes.
Those are the people that he's actually referring to. And if you would want to go to the dead Lumba tangent, please pause there. Because for somebody to come and disrespect me because of Shatta Wale or Stone Boy, that's one he can take it. In fact, he takes it every day. But when it comes to these people or the people that he respects and reveres so much, it doesn't mean he doesn't respect the Shatta Wale and the Stone Dems. But for that one, he knows the turf that they play with. He knows, okay, we brother say. But a certain that Lumba fan who may not be a social media person may not understand how the conversation is going and may rely on interpretations that somebody who probably would also be misinformed will tell him. Ebi achemo neni efikakra or a dead Lumba fan or nye social media person to ebi to sieve the information that is coming to know so wait there amount for be na set agenda. Because you watch somebody like DJ Slim's presentation or this particular topic, it was a total deviation. It was a total deviation because the person is saying that or no, or so obi or hate China. Ebi adadi Lumba mo na ne champion mo because on mo dey do on mo tuche mo. But currently he was very blunt with his statement. Then you come and say how can Shatta Wale compare himself to that Lumba? Like you see a total deviation una baby. So in that sense you just want to find an opportunity to disrespect somebody. It's as simple as that. Whether you want to disrespect that Lumba or you want to disrespect Shatta Wale. So in that sense, if that is the tangent that most people are going, it is very prudent for Shatta to come out and say, Charlie, oh dear, stop it. Stop it, because Ochnanko, Obibekwa Kochechas, the same situation differently. Actress Uncle for we are, and she are your time, and you may not get the chance to go and explain yourself. Said this is the situation. But when he says some of these things, he knows how powerful his name is and the things that he says and how far they go. Some people can pick it up and use it as headlines so that should anybody even go to misinform the people involved, like the Daddy Lumbers and the likes, at least there's evidence to it for you for where he said that, oh, I'm sorry, I am not part of this conversation, or I was not part of this conversation. In fact, whatever I said or whatever they are basing on is totally different from what they are championing. So me, it's cool. It doesn't mean that he is moving away from it. He's not moved away from it. And as it stands, there is data to show. I said this morning I saw Obia listed about 100 hit songs of Shatta Wale. And
I think I did also.
Yes, and DJ Slim Kakofa the champions never say so far Shatta Wale Kwame Eugene. He listed about 34 or 30 something of Kwame Eugene. Listed about 50 something of Shatta Wale. Now me say okay, what the exercise niamani free Shatta Wale 100 let's see. And people should also not say there's what you may consider as hate, what I may also consider as hate, and what generally we may all agree said they are hate. So say we confirm a list but no be confirm a list but a man me can't tell me say do you consider these songs as hate? Unless you bring your parameters, then we all can justify and say.
Well, that's what they were saying.
Of course.
I saw a comment. The guy was saying, so freedom to be hate. Get the reply, and then the guy said, but you know it.
Because you see, some guy was making some conversation and look at say no, Obetro say even Guru has hit more than Shatta Wale. I'm saying, Charlie, we are talking about somebody that has over 70 hits, and you are talking Guru. No disrespect to Guru, but if you think he really has hit more than him, list it. I know people challenging me. I may list about 71 of the songs. Obi Baya say, why are you listing song titles? I can be listing tomatoes, and I may listing what there. And I got myself can list, I should come and list mine. Now my fuck also. Now my first speakers, now me one by one. You understand? So for the conversation here, Shatta Wale just wants to make his stance clear. Say, if somebody would want to disrespect the people that have been named in there, like the Daddy Lumbas and the likes, the people just want to use this opportunity to disrespect them. And he, as the person who probably started this conversation, is not part of it. In fact, that is not even the tangent that he is championing. People want to create their own agenda, but if you say your favorite gets hit, let's stop. He did there plenty.
Well, thank you so much, Roland Amate. Now, one of my worries is the fact that Shatta is feeling that if he does not come out to debunk these allegations being spread, it is going to be like he's the one showing pride and arrogance of having songs more than Daddy Lumba and the rest of the people he mentioned. But once again, Roland also made it clear that in his presentation, he was very clear, made it open that there were some that he couldn't even remember to acknowledge them. Yet, there are people out there saying nonsense. People out there saying nonsense. And, well, the tweets from Shatta, there's somebody already. I don't know what to do. But Shatta's comeback on Twitter has been crazy. Like this comeback on Twitter is crazy. Well, Chamo, do you also think this can be an issue if Shatta doesn't come out to clear the allegations and the misunderstandings around it?
Not really, but it is good that he will come out and say something like that. In fact, I'm impressed the way that he came out. Just that, I mean, as usual, yes, he will give the core message, but
bullets na no shit.
Or my message in you are not the name maybe I say no na or matam de share hu ni Mumbai, they will miss the core message, you know. I like it the way that he is trying to clarify or put his stance out so that yes, people will diabolically change the conversation or do it in a way so that they can say what they want to say. They are there. So you just put this one out. So for those who are going to search for what exactly you said, will also chance upon your clarification or your follow-up. And then they will decide whether they want to go with what they have heard or now they have to go with this message. Because of, I think his relationship with Daddy Lumba, I don't think it will change. It will not affect it.
But he has some good
relationship with him. Yes. When you get closer to Shatta, even for me, the few time that I've encountered Shatta, he said something about Daddy Lumba, the fun memories that he had with him, the interaction that he had with him. So if you stay with Shatta for some time in terms of like having conversation, you by all means hear him talking about Daddy Lumba and not in a negative way. The fun moment and some of the advice that Daddy Lumba has given to him. So I don't see them having any issue with it. But you see, the way the media works or the way social media is, when you don't come out with your stand, when you don't clarify things, yes, the population, majority of them, in fact, I've done my note. I don't know when I will present it. It is very, very difficult for people to think. Like, it is difficult. Let me put it right. It is it's not about the loss of stupidity. That one too, I will do a presentation about it. But I also have a presentation about why people don't want to think for themselves. Yes, it's because biologically it's difficult. It's difficult to think. So what happens is that you rather give that job to those that you trust to think for you. And in our case, the media is one. We don't go out fishing for information for ourselves because it is difficult to do. So we want the media that we trust or the source that we trust to do that for you. So, and based on that, some people take advantage of you. So they can tell you or they can give you information not because they want to give you the right information. They are trying to cushion you or direct you to think in a certain way. And the media, that's their main thing. They do it a lot because it is also a means for them to generate their income. So in fact, the people watching us, if I try to go through a simple exercise with them, if I ask you, 1 plus 1, it's easy for you to say it's 2. If I say 2 plus 2, it's easy for you to say it's 4. Like you don't even think about it. It comes from your head like that. But if I try to increase it to a point that you can't, you have to think about it before you give answer, you hesitate. So one, you may not answer it at all, or you just say anything in your head. So what happens is that I can be giving you the answers as we go along. 1 plus 1, then I will say 2. Then 2 plus 2, I will say 4. You know those ones, and you can confirm that I'm telling you the right answers. So if it is difficult and I give you an answer, you are likely going to accept it without thinking about it. And I can give you the wrong answer, you will still accept it because I have given you the right answer from the beginning. Now you trust me. That's how they do it. And it is affecting us to some extent. So there are some people that if DJ Slim has said it there, it is true. Because DJ Slim has said something before that they could verify. At that point, it wasn't difficult and it was true. So why would he lie this time around? That's the issue. So it is good for you to also always state your point so that it will flash 1 or 2 people and then they will get the other side of what is happening. That's why I would say that it is good that Shatta Wale will come out to clarify things. As for me, my opinion is doing that comparison, there's nothing wrong with it. But as Roland said, people can also twist it to suit a certain narrative so that they can paint you black or whatever that they want to paint you. That's the thing. That's the danger. So me, I agree that Shatta Wale will come out and clarify it. And again, if you have watched his video, you can clearly see that he wasn't saying that I have more hate than that.
Yes. And he didn't even say
he didn't. Yes, exactly. There's nothing wrong for you to do the comparison, but don't make it look like he initiated it or he instigated people to go that direction. No. You can do that. So anybody at all from anywhere can start doing that kind of comparison, and then we can argue about it because, in fact, some of these things are even subjective. We can. Sometimes it's difficult to objectively do it because even within the hits for themselves, there are categories. They call some super hits. They call some any hits and also yes. So it is even difficult to do that comparison, but we can argue about it and come on a common ground. So we may not even agree after the comparison or whatever, but we will get more information. Because I remember through this, I've been watching some comments, and one interesting comment that I saw was about Lumba's Abenwaha hit song. Somebody said that even that song alone can trash than anyone, and his point was that that song even got a car name after it. There was a Toyota something, and that car was called Abenwaha. So if you can get a song that they will name a car after it, Charlie, it's another level of hit that you are talking about here. So some of these things is interesting to hear. So the comparison for me, there's nothing wrong with it, but say it in a way for people to know that we are getting more information or something that has happened. Don't just be diabolical and start insulting people just for sake of not being in agreement with them. It will not help anybody. By dialoguing about who has a hit, what are the hit songs and all that, it's an interesting thing for me.
Okay. Chamo, let's close the show with this. Legendary Afro Moses is also talking. So whilst the youngins or the youngies are talking about Shatta Wale and making him look like he doesn't know what he's doing, making him look like he's being disrespectful to some legendary brands, another legendary personality comes forward for him, and that is Afro Moses. Let's go check out what Afro Moses is saying in this video, and when I come back, I pick views from my people, then we can run away from here.
Man, don't take it personal. If I say Shatta Wale is real, it's real in the sense that he is making history. You know, somebody like Fela Kuti, people didn't even, his own people, most of them didn't like him till when he died. And now Fela Kuti is celebrating, they're celebrating him in America for creating Afrobeat. So one day we will understand Shatta Wale. But of course, we all have our bad side, you know. But today, at the present moment, he has made a big history. He has created something new. He has made a lot of, even myself, to know how we can respect business, to do business in music, so that we won't die with poverty.
Well, that was legendary Afro Moses, and let me commend him for something. You see what the video that he made? There's something he's been discussing with me on a daily on WhatsApp. Oh, like almost every day. Afro Moses, I have his number.
Yeah.
Me and him, we've been talking. Sometimes he sends something that I just read. I don't know what to say again.
Yeah.
But he's been constantly talking about the good deeds of Shatta Wale, and I'm sure after saying it several times with Sammy Flex on WhatsApp, today he's out there. Like he couldn't keep it.
Yeah.
He had to come out to say it himself. And you go through some of the messages and you laugh. Every day, like he comes and he gives me testimonies about who Shatta Wale is, and now he's out there. The things he said, the kind of agency that Shatta Wale has brought into the music industry, the kind of value that he's placed on his colleague musicians, the confidence that he's giving to some of them, and again, telling them that, guys, this is it. You have to make it from this profession or nothing else. Let's pay attention to some of the things he said and the abuse part. Jabo, take it up.
There's an interesting one, and I can say, yeah, even those who constantly or who by no matter the reason will disagree with Shatta Wale, can't dispute the fact that he has influence or impact when it comes to the music business in Ghana. They can't dispute that fact. So I think Afro Moses is right, and the thing is, you either pick something from it and also use it in your daily life, or
exactly. And I'm sure that is what he has
done. Yes.
Yeah.
Or you just ignore and move on with whatever that you are doing, hoping that you will also succeed. That's how the world is. I mean, so I agree with him 100%. Okay. Shatta Wale has done things that clearly will tell you that yes, this is how to do business. And in fact, Ghana music business or entertainment business is now that it is what it is. Like it is becoming a business now. Yeah. But some time ago, it wasn't like that. I mean, if you talk to the old musicians, they will tell you they even had names for them. They were the Kobolos, they were those people that if a map for kind of thing, they will, yes, there was nothing good or like nothing that you can label about entertainers in general. Now good in so because you're musician. Yeah. It was always about even no hits like influence in music. So that it was difficult for our society to accept them. We enjoy whatever that they do as entertainers, but we don't want to pay for it. Yeah. And gradually now Shatta came in strongly to put something in it that will make people now think that yes, this is business. And you can check it from all the old musicians who have been talking about him. They are always
recently also
talks about him, they are always going that direction. That the business side of it. Yes. All the old musicians, anytime they want to say anything about Shatta Wale, it's about his approach to entertainment business or music business. That's where they will go first, and then they will finish it by saying that Nenso, nothing did. So obviously, he has done something right, and we can learn from it. We can pick something from it and use it in the business that we are in. Yeah. So for me, I think Afro Moses is right, and I agree with him 100%. Yeah.
Well, big ups once again to legendary Afro Moses. I know I've been a bad boy not responding to all your messages, but putting this out, I also had to take it to amplify it as well. And the world is paying attention. People are sharing the video, people are listening. and paying attention to the passion in which he was even saying whatever he was saying. Roland Amate will close the show for us. Ro.
Well, it's not surprising. When Kasan come can see what time you could draw in America. There are certain things that yes you may not like about some people, but me I always say everybody is an example one way or the other. It's my late father will tell you whatever you're doing, whatever you find yourself doing, do it well, because you are always an example. When you succeed, you'll be a good example. When you don't succeed,
you'll be a bad
yes,
example.
you are still an example anyways. Yeah, probably one year, yeah, the obey. Yeah, probably a year, 1 year, yeah, the body. So, whichever ways. But then, when you look at Shatta Wale's effort or his contribution even to the Ghanaian music and entertainment industry in general, of course, there is no way. Recently that people were talking when the Hip Life article came and they generated that conversation. You know, at a point I was just sitting down and analyzing the whole entertainment circles to see, okay, this is Hip Life. If every fraction of the industry wants to tell their story, how many of them are we going to find Shatta Wale's name mentioned? Even in the movie industry, his name might pop up.
Okay.
You understand? And almost all the genre of music, you may find Shatta Wale's footprint or influence, even as a dot in there.
Yeah.
And that is the level of contribution that he has given to the industry. And when it comes to him taking the risk or putting his career, making his career a risk to some of these situations there.
Sacrificial.
Charlie, I always say it. And it is one of the things that these people, I'm talking about the oldies who mostly come to praise him, it is one of the things they admire about him. Because that risk is something that is...
Not many people...
It is even the reason why our music industry is still suffering to some extent. Even the ones that he's been able to do, that some of them have been partly resolved in terms of even conscientizing his people or his colleagues on how to approach things in a business way self. Because we don't have most people who can put their career on the line and say, we are sacrificing, we want to stop everything until this works. It's the reason why we are here, where we are today. And so when I see some of them praising him, talking about how influential he is, how he fights for the industry, how people should actually emulate the things that he's doing, I am not surprised. And of course, it always comes with the nenso, the insult and the other side of it. But I also ask myself, there can't be a fowl without a bow. There can't be a chicken without a bow. It is always in there. You find it. It is a full package. Okay. You find it. It is there. And that is the reason why those people or those things, when you are handling, you need to handle them with care. It is. And it comes with it. It cannot go without it. Cannot come without it. Okay. Unless a yakukofunu. A yakukofunu, they are yiba not to actually. But if it is a live file, you will definitely find it. And it is a full package. I tell you, without that particular side, we wouldn't get the side that you want. That is why he is different. Without that side, the side that you are admiring, so many people have it. So many people have it. But the only difference that is making you admire what you are seeing in him is that side that you don't like. That is the side that is pushing the side that you like to come out. Because if it is about approaching things diplomatically, Shatta can do it. And same with Sarkodie, same with any other artist that we know of. They know how to approach things in a diplomatic way. Daddy. Shatta betimiaka daddy. Okadebia. You understand? He knows how to approach things like that. But you see, the other side is what is able to push him to that extent for him to even say, I want to put my career on the line until certain things are fixed. And that is what will make you admire him the way you are admiring him. So yes, as much as you may love him and you would wish, or we all would wish that side, unfortunately, because if our wishes is to come to pass, my wishes are then we will not get what we are actually admiring from the guy. And that is life. What then you bet me, I ain't me a shame found. intimi nye hwe mfa. So whenever he says he is special, ye nyo obi o tese no. Mu benya mi so bio mpa na ache. Mu benya mi so bio mpa na ache no. It is true. It is true because the things that he does, nyama no ye na ebia ye ema emubi adman no. The other side that we don't like is also a contributing factor to the things that pushes him to do the things that we like. So yeah, like Shemo said, we can only pick what may be good for us or what we only admire. And yet necessary say, open asema was so funny na. You may not endorse the insult. That's it. But what about the message that he is preaching? And that is where sometimes the focus should be. And unfortunately, when it comes to the people who have to translate whatever he's saying to the other world, but then it is what it is. It is life, and we may not get it all like that. So, like you always say, nobody has it figured out.
Nobody. You can't.
Into say, no, the papa ba, yen somsa, or the diaka so ba, yen ke who say, and no one your consuno.
No one boy.
Simple.
Solid submission deliveries from my people here, Roland Amate, as well as in Team Dodi Solomon. Today, Buju was giving you big ups. He said, hey, Brasami, the way Chemu and Roland, the way they answer your questions, say they are really professional.
Hey, comment section, that's it.
All right. I want the Munya professional. You guys are. Well, so this is how we end today's edition of Showbiz Daily on Sammy Flex TV. Special thanks to the production team, Buju Lens, as well as man like Theophilus Digosh, and to my pundits, Roland Amate and Intimdo Solomon Chemo. To you guys for spending quality time to watch us. Even when we come to you very late, you still watch us. We really appreciate you. Men like Professor Conan Rebel, Frederick Appiah, loyalists, like everywhere they are here. And I want to appreciate you guys so much. We'll meet again in our next episode. Until then, we're out of here. Bye-bye.